One of the lessons that I've learned through Never Records is that if you open your ears to the song of the world, you will hear and learn some magical things. In 2018, I was invited to Kansas City to mount Never Records as part of Open Spaces, which was to be a citywide triennial. For 2.5 months, I lived in Kansas City and I recorded over 100 different performances. Everything you could imagine, including a full gamelan orchestra, hip hop, bluegrass, honky tonk, you name it. A lot of these recordings I treasure to this day. And a lot of the friendships I made in Kansas City, I also treasure. But one of my favorite recordings is something a little bit unexpected. And that's the amazing thing about Never Records. When I'm in a city and I have all my recording equipment, anything goes. I will put my microphones in crazy places. On the hill where I was staying in Kansas City, there was perhaps my favorite Mexican restaurant of all time. It's called Los Alamos. And it was started by a family who initially ran a small bodega. When the mother was cooking lunch in the back room, customers would ask, "What's that smell? Can I buy some?" So they eventually opened up a restaurant adjacent to the store. It was so good. I brought family, friends, visitors, participants in Never Records, and it became sort of a meeting spot for me and the community there. I'm not sure they'd ever had a direct conversation about the legacy, the history, and the future of the restaurant. You know how sometimes fathers and sons don't communicate well. I asked them if they wanted to do a Never Records. And after some convincing, I interviewed both the father and the son separately. I then wove those interviews together to create a conversation between father and son. And to this day, their Never Records sits on a shelf behind the front counter. Another added bonus was when I did an interview on the NPR affiliate KCUR in Kansas City, I played this interview, this conversation, and customers called them and they were able to get some free promotion on the radio. It speaks to the longevity and the power of the vinyl record as a tool of history and legacy that they would accept this gift and put it in a prominent place of display in their restaurant. Who knows, maybe they'll never play the record, but perhaps knowing that their sound was contained on this sacred object, now a family heirloom, is enough. Where Never Records differs from song collecting, say by Alan Lomax or Harry Smith, is that I like to have a direct impact on participants' lives. I'm not some unbiased observer trying to just record or document the scene. I'm trying to affect the scene. I'm trying to make magic and break the spell of allurement that the quotidian hypnotizes us in. And that's the power of art.
He's ready to go, man.
I had
Watch your fingers, big hard. Watch it. Each plate.
and I had the ribs with beans, and 2 eggs, and I had a burrito to go, pork burrito.
So we're at Los Alamos Market and Cocina, where my dad started this place back in 2001 with my mom, grandma, tias, tios, cousins, everyone.
Hi, my name is Agustin, better known as Gus. And I'm from Mexico, more especially from Silao, Guanajuato. And I've been here 35 years in Kansas City, and I've been in this business for 17 years. And I want to thank to you all for all these 17 years.
First of all, when we first started out, it was just a market. No kitchen, no nothing like that, so it was just an open market for everyone to come in. My mom was making some home-cooked meals back in the kitchen, so everyone was asking, what's that smell? I wanted to get some of that.
What happens is that we were never planning on selling food at all, okay? It just happened because we were spending 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was more like a grocery store. And so we had to eat either breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And people will come in and smell and say, what do you guys sell? And that's where we start giving samples. And so this is homemade cooking. This is from what we eat at home.
Normally, the most popular recipes is obviously the green tomatillos. On any kind of Mexican place, restaurant, home, back home, they're always going to use the green tomatillos. But it's that secret touch of either the amount of salt or the amount of I want to say the hojas de laurel is the bay leaves. Those bay leaves add a lot of touch difference in the taste. And also, my grandma, my dad, mom always said you also got to give them a lot of love. Because some places you can't give love to the food while you're making it.
Here we use most of the tomatillos for salsas or dishes. The main thing is the sauce. The main thing is the sauce. It's how you prepare it. All right. You can go anywhere else and look for the red pork and it may not look the same as the green pork because, like I said, they might use jalapeno and red tomatoes instead of the tomatillos. Tomatillos, there's a lot of work in it. You gotta roast it, you gotta peel it.
Traditionally, I want to say it's some parts of Mexico, but over there in Mexico, they use the chile de guajillo, they use chile de pasilla, colorado, as you all see it right here in the front. But my dad, my mom, they started adding some of the tomatillos in it. You know, let's make something with tomatillos. That's what came out, the green pork.
Well, hopefully, you know, that this business, well, my grandkids will continue with it because now I got my son that he's ready, he's in the process of taking over. So now he's got his, like my grandson, and hopefully he'll get it also and continue, you know, for I don't know how many generations. And because I started it, and I started it from scratch, from nothing, you know. And I like what I'm doing, so hopefully they get the message where they can, you know, get involved in this business.
My family, they fought a lot for this place. They fought. It was a lot of fight, tears, blood for this place right here. So I would like to say, in 8 years from now, for my grandkids are going to see and watch this, I would like to tell them, you know, it came from the ground up. So from 80 years now, I will hope to see a big change of a family restaurant like this. You know, having it in Texas, having it in California, New York, everywhere. But you know, I just want to let them know that my dad. He fought hard for this place.
I didn't went to school. I didn't learn this in college whatsoever. I just learned it from home, and I did have the opportunity to get in this business, and so I've been learning every day. I'm still learning a hard way. Hopefully they're my next generation, they can go more smoother than what I did.
Even though if you're gonna have, some limits, you're gonna have some haters, you're gonna have everything, everything against you, keep going, just like my dad did. That's my motivation right there. Every day, it's another day, that we're blessed.
We're celebrating 17 years. We're still celebrate 17 years. And hopefully we can make it to the 20th. And when we'll make it to the 20th anniversary, we wanna have a big fiesta to thank every customer, because we do have customers from day one until today. They'll come in, and I'll be looking forward for that. And once again, I want to thank every one of them. Benny, come and take the picture. We're going to China.
Yeah, so actually, it might be cool.
From the front? Okay.
Yeah, I know you stay in the back.
Oh, okay,
Because
Benny.
you're the support.
El jefe.
Yeah.